just realized, oh shoot, we're still on the loading screen. It's 3 minutes in. What am I doing?
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. How are we all doing? How we doing? I don't know.
Looking good.
Yeah. So you were going over the buckler. Aside from the stuff that I was in calls watching him work on, I have not seen what the completed book looks like. I've seen the completed second book. The more cartoony, like, what's his name? Bruce Timm style, Temple Puller Twilight book. I saw all of that one because I went and I just like knocked out the proofreading for that in one day.
Yeah. Well, I pretty much knocked out the proofreading of the main book, and funny enough, Pixel Trader jumped in and made one more correction that I missed, like immediately. Well, it wasn't that big of a deal, but yeah, it's amazing how. And apparently, John's wife had gone through it, made corrections, so it's like just got to get lots and lots of eyes on it.
Yeah, that's typically the case.
You're always gonna miss something, but I think
Unless
I knocked out a good night.
A trained newspaper editor, which is like the old comic editors. Those guys don't miss anything.
Yeah.
They got
there's a few
eagle eye for it.
Yeah, there's a few situations where, have a short word repeated twice.
Yeah.
A, to, in, that sort of thing. Where
the one that gets me the most is I'll space out, and I'll write the twice in a row sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's looking good.
That's good.
John asked me to give him an honest opinion of it. And so I'm going to have to give him my honest opinion, I guess.
Yeah.
Which I won't do here.
Oh.
Just,
Oh.
I guess I could, but it's, 90% positive, but, I definitely have some critiques. So.
Well, with all of that said, welcome to the Vomitorium, episode 108. As always, I am your host, The Metal, and joining me is my co-host, Marsupial Gamer. How you doing today?
Good. Roll Tide.
Yeah,
Watching the Alabama game. I think it's the national championship. So I don't really pay attention that much to it, but they're winning 38-17 over the Georgia Bulldogs right now in the fourth quarter. So,
I guess that's good.
Looking good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't pay
Looking
attention
good
to
for the
almost all
time.
of it. I just know that like football season's in the fall. I kind of know when it begins. I kind of know when it ends. I know there's some like major games that are set on holidays, and I'm like, why? But that's just how it is.
That's the SEC championship, I should
Okay.
say. So it looks like Alabama's going to win the SEC championship, which presumably means they're going to go to I guess there's a playoff after that for the national championship. So,
Maybe.
Looking good.
Yep. And we are on the 6th night of Hanukkah, coming in early this year.
Yes. I lit the candle. Wait. Sixth night? I think it's the seventh night.
Is it the 7th? I thought today's the 4th.
Yeah.
Doesn't it end on the 6th?
Yeah, because tomorrow it starts at sundown.
Backwards. Yeah, I have my overlaps
Yeah,
backwards.
so tonight was the 7th night, tomorrow's the 7th day, and then tomorrow night is the 8th night.
And then there's the 8th day. Yeah, and then it'll end at sundown. I had my overlaps backwards. Yeah. So 7th
it's
night of
confusing.
Hanukkah. Almost over.
Yep. My mom still lights candles.
Well, that,
even though neither of us are really Jewish anymore, so.
Yeah, but if you were in the culture long enough, it's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that was fun.
Now, let's talk about stuff. Before we crack anything, was there anything you wanted to talk about?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
I'll think of something. I feel like there was stuff that happened this week that I'll think of later. So, no.
Well,
not
interestingly enough, there is a glitch in Animal Crossing New Horizons, a game we've talked about quite a bit on here, where apparently it can turn your villagers into nudists. Maybe run around naked without their shirts on, which honestly doesn't.
They're animals.
They're animals. It's like KK Slider's always been a nudist.
Yeah.
Since like the very first game. A lot of people couldn't tell because he just has that like guitar sitting on his lap. But if you look close, he doesn't have a shirt on.
And most of them just wear shirts anyway.
Yeah,
not
like
pants, right?
Their loins would be showing, if they had any. For the dogs, it's not much of a problem. But man, imagine being real life with those horse villagers. That Put some pants on, man. Some of them, like the girls, at least a lot of them wear dresses.
Yeah. So how do you activate this glitch? I don't even know.
I'm looking. I've only seen that the glitch exists. I'm actually reading about how it gets activated.
Yeah.
Let's see. It sneaked in through the game's DLC.
Each Animal Crossing character is smoother than a Ken doll.
I don't think they actually know how the glitch gets activated. At least what I'm reading. It's just that like it came in with the DLC and it's just randomly can make your characters not wear clothes.
Yeah.
I'm sure some you'll find out like what triggers it. You got data miners and stuff like that. It probably won't last too long.
Yeah. I mean, someone. Well, okay, so you're saying that it just randomly happens and nobody knows why.
Well, at least from what I'm reading, the articles I've seen, nobody has a explanation for it. I'm sure somebody knows, and somebody probably knows how to trigger it intentionally.
Yeah. Very interesting.
It's just not widespread information right now how that happens. But it is very interesting.
Yes. But like, you hardly even, I mean, yeah, they're just kind of, they're like teddy bears, it's like you don't even notice, really.
Well, yeah, well, it's not like anything in this game
just
was designed with genitalia. Even if somehow your villager didn't have underwear on, which is the very bottom it can have, is like a shirt and underwear.
Yeah.
It's not like they have genitalia designed underneath their clothes.
Yes, Joshua Hughes says Marsupial wants to know for research.
That's right. Research,
Asking for a friend.
Nintendo didn't program the game that way.
For science. Yeah. I need to know for science.
Apparently, it's not the only glitch that's come in with the new DLC. I don't have like a full list of them, but apparently there's just been a bunch of like really weird things, like people popping through chairs and stuff like that. I think some of it has to do with like, since the DLC can incorporate things like the partitions and the countertops and stuff like that, that there's like weird clipping mechanics that have just like transferred over into other things it's not supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems to be happening a lot with 3D games, even that are emulating 2D games. Like, I know there's a lot of glitches in the new Link's Awakening, where you could kind of jump and clip through things that you definitely couldn't do in the original, that sort of allow you to do sequence breaks and things like that.
One of my favorite glitches in a game like that was in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl that I saw, where a guy was going to do, I forget which gym leader number it is because it's been so long, but the ice gym leader, and there's supposed to be like this puzzle where you roll a snowball around and you have to like go on all the squares and stuff like that. And he's like, well, the devs forgot that you can go at diagonals in this version of the game. And he's like,
Yep. That was the other one I was going to mention. Yeah. You can get right to the end immediately. Just like, boop, I'm there.
Like, oh man, you solved my puzzle really well. What puzzle?
Yeah.